Today we are going to try to find the best choke tube for the most popular turkey hunting ammunition on the market. Carlson's and Muller gave me several of the choke tubes used in this video. Mossberg gave me the shotgun and one of the chokes. Carlson gave me the red dot. I bought the ammunition with my own money, though Winchester did once give me a box of steel ammo in the past. And thank you to Tetra Hearing for sponsoring this video. George here with the New Hunter's Guide YouTube channel and a top-rated hunting podcast. I'm a regular hunter who just so happens to have a PhD and a low tolerance for marketing hype, testing all kinds of stuff to figure out what really works. And today we're going to try to find the best choke tube for the Winchester Longbeard XR, which is the most popular copper-plated lead hunting load on the market. I'm pretty sure more of this is bought and sold than all TSS ammo combined from every brand, and there's good reason why it's the best and most popular ammo on the market. I have done a lot of testing in the past, numerous videos, maybe I'll link to some at the end, but everything that I've found is that this is the best lead ammo, it is the closest thing to TSS ammo, and it is a fraction of the price of TSS. There is no second place in any lead ammo that I have found either. Nothing. It's Winchester Longbeard, then everything else is way lower after that. Now this choke tube test that we're gonna do, we are not necessarily gonna be able to find the absolute best choke tube. There are dozens and dozens of good choke tubes on the market, but we're gonna test a variety of chokes, a variety of constrictions to see what we can find in terms of trends of what this ammo likes. Let's go ahead and meet our choke tubes right now. We can see at the top of the list, we've got the Carlson Sporting Clays modified choke tube. Modified? Can you really shoot turkeys with a modified choke tube? Well, we're gonna find out. This is a buffered load. It holds tighter patterns than anything else on the market in the lead category, and it should probably work with any choke tube, but we'll see if modified's viable. Some people have fixed choke tube guns, and maybe they wanna still go hunting for turkeys. Then we're gonna try a full choke tube, extra full choke tube, and then we got some different stuff. We've got the Jebs High Voltage waterfowl choke tube, which is an extra full 0.685, so a little bit tighter than the extra full. Then we've got the Mossberg Factory X-Factor choke tube, which is a standard proper turkey choke at 0.67 constriction. I've seen good results with this choke tube in the past. However, it is not rated for TSS, but it'll work just fine with this ammo. After that, we've got our Carlson's turkey choke tube. No bells, no whistles, no ports, just turkey, 0.670. Then we've got our Carlson's Longbeard choke. This is the choke tube specifically designed for this ammunition. After that, we've got our Indian Creek Black Diamond choke tube, also a 0.660. That has been a fan-requested choke tube. You guys have been asking for it for a long time, and a viewer just sent this choke tube to me a couple days before making this video. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Then we have a Carlson's Heavyweight TSS choke tube. This is the tightest choke I have ever held in my hands, 0.640 constriction, followed by a Muller UFO choke tube. Now, Muller does not use constriction. They do variable geometry for every gun, and this is also doubles as their long-range waterfowl choke, but it is the same choke that they have labeled as their turkey choke tube. So we're gonna see how that one does. We're gonna run all of these through my Mossberg 940 Pro Turkey with its 24-inch barrel, topped with a hollow Sun 507K red dot. We're gonna go down the range and get this test started. I have made it down to the range, got my eye protection on, I've got my Tetras in for hearing protection. Guys, if you don't know about these, they are the most outstanding thing I have ever found for turkey hunting. I can hear everything that's going on around me, and then as soon as I pull that trigger, I've got instantaneous hearing protection. You take a hearing test and they come calibrated to your own personal hearing level and can compensate for hearing loss. And maybe most importantly for turkey hunters, they amplify the sounds of the birds that you're hunting. So you can hear gobbles, clucks, fly downs, all the sounds that turkeys make louder and from further away with these on than than you could with the naked ear, even if you had perfect hearing. And thank you to Tetra Hearing for sponsoring this video. Thanks to them, you can get a free 2-year extended service plan if you use the link in the video description down below. If you use my link or code, I make a small commission at no extra cost to you. That gives you unlimited service, cleaning, lab side parts and labor, and lifetime recalibration if your hearing level changes. All you need to do is follow the link in the video description down below. That'll take you to the $275 extended service plan. Add that to your cart. Then use the code down below at checkout to make it free. Thank you, Tetra. All right, we've got our modified choke tube loaded up here. We're gonna take our first shot at 40 yards. Can you kill a turkey with a modified choke tube? All right, we'll change chokes and hit it again. Now we've got our full choke tube loaded up. All right, another change. And here the extra full choke tube is fitted up. And here we've got the Jebs High Voltage. Can you kill a turkey with a waterfowl choke? Well, it's tighter than the extra full. Now we've got the Mossberg X-Factor turkey choke. Feels good to be back to a proper turkey choke. Now we've got the Carlson's turkey choke. Nothing special, nothing fancy, just turkey. 0.670. Now we have the Carlson's Longbeard choke tube, 0.660. This is the choke designed specifically for this load. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but every time I pull this trigger, I know it's like 10 seconds for you, but it's like 10, 15 minutes here in the real world by the time we walk down there, change the paper, walk over there, change the choke tubes. Get a lot of steps in today. I have been waiting for this one for a while. We've got the Indian Creek choke tube, designed to reduce recoil. Does it reduce recoil, you ask? Actually, I think that one kicked harder than the last one. On to the next one. Now it's time for the heavyweight TSS choke tube, 0.640, the tightest choke tube I have ever touched with my own hands. Just one more to go. And here we have the Muller UFO choke tube, which is a turkey choke that I often use for waterfowl hunting. So we've used waterfowl chokes for turkey hunting, and now the opposite. Okay, let's finally go and take a look at all this paper. I've got all 10 targets laid out here, and I know you guys want to see them. I'm going to zip through this pretty quick. You might want to watch it multiple times, but I'll get all the data for you at the end. Let's jump right in. Can a modified choke tube kill a turkey? Maybe. Can a full choke tube kill a turkey? Probably do a little better. How about an extra full choke tube? Definitely killing a turkey. How about a Jebs High Voltage waterfowl choke tube? Probably, pretty close at least. How about the Mossberg Factory X-Factor choke? You kill that turkey twice over. How about the turkey choke? Definitely dead. What about our Winchester Longbeard choke tube? I think that one worked pretty good. What about our Indian Creek choke tube? Definitely a dead bird right there, no doubt about it. What about our heavyweight TSS choke tube? Totally dead. And our Muller UFO choke tube, also very dead. Now, eyeballing it here is not enough, which is why I'm going to count every single one of these pellets in these circles, get you guys the data in about 5 seconds. I have to be honest with you guys. I have dreaded doing this test for the last several months because I knew I was going to have to count something like 1,500 pellets across all 10 of these targets, and I just did not want to do it. But I did do it, and still you have not subscribed. All right, I've got a couple different charts here that we're going to run through. Let's take a look at the data. We see that the modified choke tube, 86 pellets in a 10-inch circle at 40 yards. Is that enough pellets to do the job? My rule of thumb is 100 pellets or more is what you want to see in a 10-inch circle to kill a turkey. Could you kill a turkey with that? Yes, but the pattern is really big. I don't recommend it. Then you got the full choke tube, 102. That is enough. That could do the job. Then we've got the extra full, very respectable 138, definitely a viable turkey choke. The Jebs High Voltage, 93 pellets, doesn't quite make the cut for me, but I'm sure you could do the job with it. The Mossberg X-Factor, 168 pellets. This is a factory choke tube. It came with the gun. That's unbelievable. Now, it won't do TSS, which is a ridiculous design flaw, but if you're shooting Longbeard, I don't know that you need to buy another choke tube if you have this gun. Then we have the Carlson's Turkey, 125, not better than the extra full. We have the Carlson's Longbeard XR, 135, still not better than the extra full, although usually this choke I have seen in the past do a little bit better than this, but more than enough to do the job. Indian Creek Black Diamond, a very nice 151 pellets. The Carlson's Heavyweight TSS, a very nice 149 pellets. And then the Muller UFO, a very respectable 121, a little bit lighter than the other ones. I'd like to see a few more, but certainly enough to do the job. Now, if you look at the pattern efficiency numbers, you can see the clear winners here. The Mossberg at 66%, followed by the Indian Creek at 59%, followed by the Carlson's Heavyweight TSS, and then you've got the extra full, and then after that you've got the Longbeard XR bringing up the rear. So what have we learned about this particular ammunition? Well, it likes tight choke tubes. Doesn't seem like you can get too tight with this particular ammo. However, tighter does not necessarily guarantee the best performance. We see that the Mossberg choke tube had the best pattern on the board at 0.67, but the other 0.67 was significantly lower. So what you need to do is make sure you test whatever choke tube you are planning to take into the woods. You must test your choke tubes. I hope this data can help guide you towards a decent choke tube selection, but you've got to test your own choke tubes. Now, if you want to see what this ammo will do against some TSS ammo, or to see what it'll do at ridiculously long range, you should check out those videos right here and right here. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and go get them in the woods.